Hello there viewers, and welcome back to another video today here in real life. So you join us today then back at Buckmore Park Kart Circuit for round 2 of the Sub 51 racing series, and you join us again at a wet Buckmore, so 2 races in a row in the wet. And as you'll see in this video, for some strange reason the circuit at Buckmore for this event was far slipperier than in the previous event. So in round 1 we were doing 1 minute 8s. In this event the best lap time that anybody managed was a 1 minute 11. So yeah, quite odd. The lack of grip is best demonstrated in these 2 clips here. So this is from our fastest lap from round 1. So going around the outside of Conway's, and then we're cutting in now to the inside for Henry's Bend, and now cutting to round 2 as we've got Ed Bridle in front of us. Have a look at how close Ed is to us. So you've got Ed taking the outside line through Henry's Bend, and you've got ourselves cutting to the inside, and you can just see the lack of grip as Ed pulls away from us considerably, and we really struggle to make our way through Henry's Bend to take that inside line. So yeah, a lot less grip then for today, and that is going to make things tricky. To be honest, I spent most of this practice session not necessarily spinning, but you know, sliding around, having offs, going onto the red runoff area all over the place, really struggling because of just how little grip there was. Really did take me by surprise, and I had to change a lot of my lines because of it. For a lot of the corners, you can see now I'm off on the red runoff area and back off again. Yeah, really am very much struggling to adapt to the new grip levels. But moving on to the grid for the race. The starting positions for this round, they were random, and they were determined using what is known as Brindle's balls. Yes, they are basically plastic balls with numbers on them, and they are drawn out of a hat by Brindle himself, otherwise known as Chris Bridle. And yeah, so it's a random grid. You've got Chris starting in 5th place, you've got myself starting in 9th, and then you've got Ed Bridle, his twin brother, starting down in P13. So Ed's been kind of done over here by his twin brother. You've also got Joshua Williams, who you need to keep an eye out for. So you've got Josh in 7th place. Josh is a really quick driver. This is his first race in Sub 51. Josh also runs his own team called the BW Racing Team, who I am hoping to race with in the future in future team events. And well, just last weekend they won the Daytona Milton Keynes 24 hours. So yeah, really quick team, hoping to race with them in the future. But cutting to the grid here, you can see Josh right in front of us, and then Chris Bridle up ahead. So looking at the lights then, up on the left hand side just above Josh's shoulder, waiting for them to go green. So as we get away then, got a decent start, and yeah, gaining on the guys to the left hand side. Now heading into turn 1, going to try and take the inside line to try and get past some people, but it's very slippery on the inside here. And well, just have a look on the left hand side as we get absolutely swamped. Got carts coming flying past us. There's Ed Bridle on the left. But as we head down to the first hairpin, we're going to absolutely send it up the inside of 6 carts into hairpin 1 there. Yes, we managed to go from 8th place into 2nd in the space of about 2 seconds. I think that is a personal best for myself, to be honest. Managed to overtake a whole heap of carts there. So yeah, now up into P2, and going to have a look back at the race start now from on board with Matt Rogers. So I just want you to have a look at myself in front then. So I'm in cut number 9 with the yellow crash helmet and the green suit. So as the race gets underway here, you've got Ed Bridle in front with the green crash helmet. He's got a good start. And yeah, just focusing on what happens to me and what happens to everybody around me. So going through this first corner then, you've got myself on the inside, and just have a look at Ed in front. What a drive he got through that Henry's Bend then. Managed to pull away from me. But now through hairpin 1, got a few spinners in front of us and got a little bit of carnage. Got 1 cart off the circuit and another cart facing the wrong way. Now heading up to hairpin 2, we have got 1 cart off the circuit in front of us, and well, just have a look at this as we have got carts spinning everywhere and bumping into one another. So there's a whole load of carnage. And well, now have a look at where I am. So I had previously been just ahead of Matt, and now, well, you can barely even see where I am. I'm over that crest. You can just about see me in the green suit, miles up ahead. And well, watching the race start back from Matt's onboard kind of reminds me of this meme. So yeah, me and Chris, we were the only 2 people really to survive that carnage on the opening lap. Ed, you may have seen, got spun out in Matt's clip, and Ed went all the way down to 14th place, and Josh also got tangled up in that as well. He went all the way down to 9th. So as a result, me and Chris, we're kind of out front by ourselves now. We've broken away from the pack behind. Gap to Chris now is 1.6 seconds as we come up the hill. So yeah, got some work to do to catch him up. Chris was the fastest guy in practice practice. He did a 1 minute 12.0 in practice, 4/10 quicker than us, so it's going to be difficult to catch Chris here. He very much stepped up his game from round 1. For those of you that watched the first round, yeah, we beat Chris quite comfortably, but for this race, gonna have a challenge on our hands to keep up with him. And well, over the course of the next 7-8 laps, we did struggle to keep up with him, to be honest. I was really struggling to adapt to these more slippery conditions. But moving ahead to lap 9 now, we did eventually manage to reel Chris in. So as we head round top bend, we got the gap down to 6.5 of a second, and have a look at Chris ahead of us now as we head down into the first hairpin. Chris, unfortunately for him, I think just ever so slightly outbraked himself, and he has gone flying off to the left now. He's got stuck on that red runoff area, on that red paint, and well, we are up into the lead of the race. So Chris making a critical error then into that first hairpin. Yeah, like I say, I think he just outbraked himself. Either that or we just pressed the brake pedal a little bit too much, locked the brakes up and went flying off the circuit. So we are now into the lead of the race, and we've already got the gap up to 0.6 of a second. And well, as we move ahead to the end of the race, as we come up to the start finish line, we ended up taking the win by 2.8 seconds ahead of Chris Bridle in what, to be honest, was a really tough race. Really struggled to beat Chris, had to put in some really consistent lap times. I was having to put in solid 1 minute 12s. I think the best I did in the end was a 1 minute 11.7. So yeah, really had to pound the laps in and just about beat Chris Bridle in the end. In the third place you had Ed, so Ed eventually managed to recover from that spin early on where he got taken out at hairpin 2, managed to recover to third place, and then you had Matt Rogers coming home in fourth place, the organiser, and then Josh down in seventh place. I think Josh was struggling with these wet conditions. I think it was his first time out in the wet in a very long time. So yeah, you had Josh come home in 7th place, bringing up the championship standings now at the end of round 2. We are on maximum points, having won both races and got the fastest lap in both of the races as well. So you got ourselves on 20 points, then you got Chris Bridle, who's obviously in 2nd place with 2 P2s, Ed in 3rd with 2 P3s, Matt in 4th with 2 P4s, and then yeah, you can see the rest of the standings there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching that video. Next up will be round 3 of this series. I was going to put it together with this video, but well, it was a very good race. In fact, probably one of my best races ever. So yeah, I'm going to save that for a video of its own. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will see you all then. So, goodbye.